Hello Divi Nation and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to download and install our free global preset style guide for Divi's window cleaning layout. Here are the results we're aiming to achieve. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. All right, so the first thing you need to do is to head over to this blog post, which I'll link to in the show notes below. So this gives you an idea of the color palette, the headings, the buttons, and all the presets that you can load up on your website. So for example, this is our color palette and these are the visuals. You can see our icons here, and we also have the heading styles. So we have our heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4 all designed for us, as well as our body text, the list, and also quite a lot more. So over here you can see we have the buttons, and all these are different styles. So you may want to refer back to this just to see what style button you are adding onto your site. So this one here is style number 1, style number 2, number 3, and so on. So what this style guide does is it just saves us time redesigning all these assets as we design our website. All right, so what you need to do now is to scroll until you get to this area where you can download this for free. So I want to add my email address here and download it. So next I want to click on download. And then you want to click on this button here to download the files. Okay, great. So you can see here the files have been downloaded on the left screen of my computer here. So I'm going to go into the Finder and find this file. And here it is. If I double click on it, it's going to open a file. And this is the file that we need. Okay, so make sure you unzip this file, because if you don't, then you're going to have problems. This will not work. So this one here is for the window cleaning global presets. Okay, I'm going to drag this over to the side here for a little bit and then show you how to set it up on your website. So make sure that you use this global preset style guide on the actual pre-made layout. Okay, so this is for window cleaning. I'm just going to copy this because I'm going to create a page with that. All right, so over here now, let's add a brand new page. Oh, in fact, before we do that, let me show you how to install it. So over here, you're going to click on Divi and then come over here to the library. So this is the best way or the easiest way to install this. So if you don't have anything in your library, this was going to be clear. In fact, let's go ahead and delete all this stuff here. We don't need this, just so that we don't get confused. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like if you haven't added any presets over here or any designs to your library. Next, you want to come over here to import and export. Click on the import button. Now, what's important here is you make sure that you make sure import presets is selected. Okay. And then remember that file that we downloaded, making sure it's the right one, because we want the window cleaning global presets style guide layout. And this is the .json file, not the .zip. Drag and drop it here. Or you can do it manually by clicking here on choose file and then navigating to that file. Next, you want to click on import Divi builder layouts. So this will take a while to import depending on how big the style guide is. Okay, great. It looks like everything was imported really good. So what we need to do next is to create a new page. So I'm going to come over here and click on add new. And first, I just want to show you how easy it is to use these presets. So I'm going to click here on Use Divi Builder. So I'm going to click here on Start Building. All right, so for this design, we're going to build from scratch. So first of all, I'd like to show you where these presets are as you're designing. So let's start here with a button. So I'm going to select my button. And by default, in fact, let me just snap this over to the left. By default, you get this button here. But of course, you want to be using these default buttons. You want to make sure that your website is custom. So to use the presets, you can just click on this drop down here on the top, and we have all our button presets. So notice what happens when I choose this one here. My button is already in. I don't have to spend time designing it to get it to look like that. If I click here again, I can choose button number 2. So all these are just different colors, but these colors work really well because they are from the color palette. Okay, so these are all the buttons. Okay, so let's say you want to add some text to your design. So I'll just look for my text module here and select it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make part of this text a heading 1. So I'm going to highlight that, click on this drop down, set this to heading 1. So now when I come over here to the design tab, I can specifically go for the heading 1 and then choose a style guide. So I'm going to come over here and here's our heading 1. if you want to change this to, say, heading 2 or heading 3, you need to go back to the content here, like that, highlight it, and make sure it's set to heading 3. That's the only way this is going to work. Now for the body text, I can just click here on this print brush tool. And again, I can just click on this drop down and look for my body, which is right here. Boom. So that's my body text. So as you can see, this is very, very easy to use. Now over here, you can also take a look at other presets which are set on this style guide. So as I scroll through this, you can see we've just done the headings, we've done the buttons here, and we have also some blurbs. So as you can see, we have quite a lot of elements we can use. Now these are all the images. Now, in fact, you know what? Let me just do a quick example here of an image. So let's add our image by searching for image module. And let's say the image we're going to use is this one here. Upload image. And then I can come over here to the styles. Boom, just like that. My image here has a style. So this is fantastic. It saves you a lot of time as you're designing your site. So now let me show you the best way you would use this. So let's say I select the specific page for our window cleaning. So I'm going to come over here and load from library. So this is the best way to do this because you are using a pre-made layout which has all the elements you need for your design. So this is our window cleaning pre-made layout. So I'm going to select this one here and click on use this layout. All right, so this is the full design for our page, and this is great. So as you're designing this, you need to go in here and remove this text, replace this with your text. And this is where now the style guide is going to help us a lot because we can now go in here at any point and add all our buttons or even our text. So for example, let's say I need to add a brand new button here. I can just click here on this plus button, search for my button module, select it, and then I can just title it here and give it a link. And then over here on the presets, I can just click on this drop down and choose my preset. So I'm going to go with preset 1 and boom, just like that, I have my button, it's linked. And I can also change the text of the button itself. So I could say download here. So this has saved us quite a lot of time redesigning or designing all these buttons or modules and try to make them match with the rest of the website. Imagine how much time that would require. In fact, you need to use the colors and find the colors as well. So the use of these style guides makes the design of our websites using pre-made layouts much, much easier. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.